Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Deepa and I'm so incredibly glad you're here with me today. If you've been following along with my series, People, Power and Psychology, you know we've been uncovering some incredibly powerful hidden dynamics of human behavior, the kind usually reserved for the highest echelons of power, and translating them into strategies we can actually use in our careers, our businesses, and our daily personal lives. Because the truth is, the internal battles fought in boardrooms, elite institutions, and high pressure environments are exactly the same psychological battles we fight at our own kitchen tables and in our own offices. Just to get us all on the same page, let's do a quick recap of where we've been. In video 1, we broke down the power of silence and strategic neutrality. In video 2, we looked at the inner circle strategy. Today, in part 3 of People, Power and Psychology, we are tackling what might be the most delicate, emotionally charged, and challenging topic yet: the evolving partnership and managing peer rivalry. What happens when your success starts to shift the gravity in your most important relationships? How do you navigate a long term partnership when one person's career takes off like a rocket, leaving the other to wrestle with their own ego? How do you handle a close peer, a colleague, or even a family member who feels left behind by your own growth? This is the shadow side of ambition. Let's talk about how to protect your relationships without shrinking your potential. Let's start with the people closest to us, our primary partners. This could be a life partner, a spouse, or a long term business co founder. In the beginning of a journey, things are usually balanced. You're a team, equal partners fighting the world together, sharing the same struggles. But growth is rarely symmetrical. When one partner suddenly steps into a massive spotlight, gets a major promotion, or becomes the primary face of an enterprise, the unspoken contract shifts. The other partner, who's equally brilliant, equally ambitious, is suddenly forced into a supporting role they didn't necessarily audition for. That is where resentment breathes. It's not because they don't love you, it's because human beings naturally want to feel significant. If you're the one stepping into that brighter spotlight, you cannot just ignore your partner's ego. You have to actively negotiate what I call ego alignment. It's about giving them a domain where they have absolute authority and visibility. In public, you must deliberately share the credit and highlight their indispensable role in your success. You make it clear to the world that you couldn't stand under the spotlight if they weren't holding the foundation. In private, you create a safe space where they never feel small. You have to allow them to shine in their own right, ensuring the partnership feels like a shared victory, not a solo act with a spectator. Now, let's pivot to a different, often much more painful kind of friction: the peer or sibling rivalry. Think about that close friend, that colleague you came up with, or even an actual sibling. You started at the same baseline. You shared the same lights. You shared the same complaints about management, the same big dreams over coffee. But then you broke through. You got the funding, the title, or you got the public recognition. Suddenly, your very existence becomes a mirror, reflecting what they haven't achieved. They might genuinely love you, but they are human. They are grieving their own unfulfilled potential, and every time you win, it highlights their plateau. When this happens, we usually fall into a dangerous trap. We either diminish our achievements to make them feel comfortable, or we get defensive, feel judged, and pull away entirely. Neither of those approaches works. First, don't shrink. Apologizing for your success actually insults their intelligence and devalues your hard work. Second, don't lecture. Avoid giving them unsolicited career advice or trying to fix their situation. It sounds patronizing, even if you mean well. Instead, do protect the bond. Separate their worth from their status. Remind them through your actions and memories you share that your history and connection transcend any job title or award. Show them that in your eyes, the hierarchy doesn't exist. Here is the hard truth about leadership, ambition, and personal growth. There will be seasons of hidden resentment. You cannot fix them overnight with a single conversation. Sometimes the greatest tool you have is time, combined with an unshakable grace. Surviving the long game means accepting that people need time to process your successes and manage their own envy. If you react to their passive aggression or their distance with anger, you burn the bridges immediately and permanently. Instead, play the long game. Keep the door open. Continue to show up for them during their milestones. Celebrate them fiercely when they win because it proves your success hasn't made you arrogant. Over time, as the initial shock of your success fades and they find their own footing and security, that resentment almost always softens into reconciliation. True maturity is knowing when to let a relationship breathe without letting it die. Navigating great success doesn't mean you have to walk a lonely path. The highest level of leadership isn't just about reaching the top of a mountain, it's about having the emotional intelligence and the deep empathy to bring your relationships along with you, intact and evolved. It takes immense strength to hold your ground and succeed, while still holding space for the people you love to catch up. Thank you so much for watching today. If this resonated with you, or if you felt this friction in your own career or life, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear how you handle shifting dynamics. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.